6:48 p.m. on the East Coast. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the Wells Fargo Center. Philadelphia 76ers coming off of a 5-game winning streak. Milwaukee Bucks coming in third in the Eastern Conference. Brooklyn Nets also playing tonight, 1 game back of the Philadelphia 76ers. Quite a meaningful night in the Eastern Conference. With that being said, bringing in Gavin Tony, I do apologize that we continue to have this cold intro, no pun intended, a physically cold intro with the snow and all, but I played golf today. It's still cold outside. I still see my breath when I'm out there. We're not changing that until I'm wearing shorts up on the links. I'm going to tell you that right now. When Gavin and I can wear shorts to mini golf, I promise we're going to change this to a much more uptune. With that being said, we have 3 days until spring. It is St. Patrick's Day. I saw a joke this morning. Don't take it too serious. Happy St. Patrick's Day to those people out there who are celebrating and are Irish, and for those who wish they were also Irish. That's just all jokes aside. But in all seriousness, yes, to those celebrating, happy St. Patrick's Day to you. And of course, as always, joined alongside my co-host Gavin Tony with the fresh new fade. Gavin, how are you doing today?
Zach, once again, I'm not in the best of moods. But Zach, I had a great day. We were talking about we had a nice little story out the show at the end. And yeah, Zach, fresh fade. Shout out to my guy Room in Another Level Barbershop. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're in Westchester, you need a haircut, Zach, I gotta take you there one day. All right, I gotta bring you down there. Go hit my guy Room up and Anthony. They do fantastic jobs. And if you're in the city, I gotta push you to the Barber's Lounge. My guy Curry will get you right. Zach, how you doing?
Maybe they'll sponsor us one day. We can help them out, share the word of some great barbers here and just locally in our area, whether Westchester or the Philadelphia area. But yes, with that being said, let's recap last night's game to start out today. 96-99 final score. Tobias Harris turned beast mode in the last few minutes. Him, Ben Simmons, Batiste Ivo doing his part. Shake Milton doing a great job, as well as a great showing from Steph Curry. He's looked great since coming back from the All-Star break. We know he was slow coming back from the virus as expected, and so that break was really beneficial for him. I was worried yesterday. I said the Knicks are a good team. They're better than their record represents. And Gavin said there ain't no way, as I directly quote him, that the Sixers are losing to the Knicks. Well, it was close. It was a very close game, and the Sixers trailed mostly the entire way. Gavin, the Knicks are in their rightful place below 500. I know, I guess you're happy today. There's a lot of promise from that New York Knicks team. They were missing a couple guys last night as well. I don't know. I like what I see from the Sixers. They're on a 5-game winning streak. They're undefeated since Embiid's been down. I think 3-0, including the one game he did go down in. But Ben Simmons not really existent last night on the offensive side. I expect to see more from him tonight. But, of course, he's always there defensively and with the assists and rebounds. So, Gavin, what are some of your takes from that game last night in Philadelphia against the New York Knicks?
Well, Zach, first of all, when I speak on the New York Knicks, I'm never wrong. Zach, I had a great conversation with Philly community. I got on Instagram. Our guy Matt that used to run our Instagram. I told him, I said, you know it's the New York Knicks, right?
He had us conceded. He had us early in the fourth quarter, said, don't be surprised when they lose this game.
And guess what I said? I said, psych, you thought. And he said, not the jinx it. And I said, come on, man. What haven't been talked about since July? How the Knicks are garbage. Now, in all fairness, I need to be fair to the New York Knicks. Why is that? Because they were down a couple players last night. And true, Zach, they do deserve respect. But below 500, we'll always remember the Knicks from, unless you're the Tyson Chandler, Carmelo Anthony, and J.R. Smith, and Jerome Felton type days of the New York Knicks. Having said all that, last night spoke to me in a lot of ways. Zach, one, the Defensive Player of the Year candidate, Ben Simmons, continues to strengthen his grip around that trophy. Should just give him the trophy, Zach. I don't know if you saw Philly Community's post, but he has a post of Ben Simmons when he guards people in their stats. Fantastic job by him. But that's not my major takeaway. It's Tobias Harris was robbed of an All-Star. Appears by 2 people, Julius Randle and Domantas Sabonis. One of those 2 guys did not deserve to be there in the All-Star weekend. This guy, Tobias Harris, deserved to be here. Zach, I mean, he had 30 points last night. He's been showing up every game since I called him out versus Cleveland. Zach, you remember that? I called him out. I said, where's Tobias Harris? Where is he? Well, Zach, I guess Tobias Harris must be a fan of our show because he answered the call, and he's been here ever since, and he got robbed again. But last night, Zach, he mouthed it. He said, I'm an all-star. You damn right are. You are all-star. Zach, he's not an MVP player, but he is an all-star. He might be team MVP outside Joel Embiid. I mean, Zach, when are people going to start putting respect on Tobias Harris' name? I don't know what else to tell you.
He came at an expensive price. They gave him a big contract. People kind of attract themselves to it. He averages 20 and 8. I mean, that's a good enough job when you have two other superstars on your team. With that being said, he took over full time last night from New York. Maybe that gives him some more motivation playing the Knicks. But yes, I expect Tobias Harris to continue to play like that. Seth Curry as well, the unsung hero last night. Danny Green's been also pulling a little more weight as of late. I'm not sure how long that's going to last for, but it's nice to be here while it exists. And of course, the bench continues to do their part. They were a little slow last night. I expect them to pick it up again tonight. But yes, Gavin, any other words you want to say about last night's win? Anything else that you wanted to say based on how last night went?
Was that? Did you see the block on Julius Randle by Dwight Howard? Not only did he send his stuff back, he literally sent him back too. He sent him back to last week. He sent him back to All-Star break. Zach, I mean, that was vintage Dwight Howard right there. He didn't bat the ball in the stands like he used to, but he sent him back to All-Star weekend. Zach, if you can get a nice production from Dwight Howard, and I'm not talking 25 points a night, I'm talking just what he did last night. Get a little bit from Shake Milton. I know he only had 2 points last night. And you get a little bit from Furkan. This bench will be all right, Zach. We talk about it. You don't need to flash his names. You don't need a Lou Will. You just need great pieces, great role players that can play together and muster points when your starters are out.
Against the team that struggles with depth.
The championship, the first one.
I think against a team like the Milwaukee Bucks. This game against Milwaukee Bucks, a team like that struggles with depth. I think that for them, they need to be able to outmatch them tonight for Philadelphia, that is. And so that's going to be one of the big components. Giannis can get 40 and still lose. I mean, that's still possible. That's how it works. But when you have the role players, when you have the bench, you need to be able to take them down. You need to be able to take care of business. You need to be able to shut them down. And so with that being said, coming up after this, we're going to get into it tonight, the money line, everything along those lines, figuring out exactly what the expectations are, the over, under, and more. Stay tuned.
We are now offering a new product on our Teespring. Wear a mask in public. We are now supporting a custom-designed mask with our logo on it. Purchase it today.
We are now
and 10%
offering
goes
a
to
new
a
product
foundation of
on
our
our
viewer's choice. It offers a full nose and mouth coverage, single-sided print, includes two 2-inch elastic ear loops, non-medical grade product, and finally, $1 from every mask sale is donated to a nonprofit to feed children in need. Enjoy today's episode.
Great product.
Apologies for the echo real quick there, folks.
What the hell? All right, well, I have no idea. We have a little technical difficulties, as always. If you followed the show since June, this
Awesome.
always happens to us.
That's the first time
technical difficulties is always part of our show. Zach, you have a black screen. I cannot see you. Having said all that, tonight's game is going to
again, continuing technical difficulties. Apologies. Are you able to see me, Gavin?
Yeah, I can see you now.
Yeah, we're good. We're good to go. Third time's a charm. But no, yes, continue with your comments.
No, I was just saying, if you've been following since June, this is nothing new. We can have one peaceful week with no technical difficulties. Zach, I was about to ramble on about tonight's game, but I'll do that afterwards. Go ahead, Zach.
We try our best. It's just part of the show. But yes, Philadelphia 76ers and the Milwaukee Bucks. On Monday, the Bucks were able to defeat the Washington Wizards 133-122. The Bucks defense has not been what it's been expected this year, so the Sixers offense is going to need to be able to light it up and do their part. The game will be starting at 7:10 more or less, because it is a national broadcast on ESPN. According to bets right now, without Joel Embiid in the lineup, the Milwaukee Bucks are favored at -5.5. Gavin, do you like that line or not?
I like it, Zach. They're fully strength. All right. Do I think they win tonight? No, but I'm not going to disagree that they're fully strength. They got their reigning MVP, and they got Chris Middleton, who's hot and cold. But Zach, that line is right.
Look, the game's in Philadelphia, but there's still no Joel Embiid. 5.5. I like where it is. I think that the Bucks do cover assuming they win tonight. That's going to be the big question. What can the Sixers do to slow down Giannis, and what can the Sixers do to overpower them on offense?
Well, Zach, it has to go to the defensive player of the year candidate, the strong candidate. It has to be in Ben Simmons' hands. Ben Simmons has to take care of Giannis. But Zach, let's be honest. There's no taking care of Giannis. You can slow down Giannis. You can neutralize Giannis. Zach, I played against Giannis in 2K versus Trent, and he let me have it. I still won, but he let me have it. But Zach, you have to be able to make someone else beat you if you're the Milwaukee Bucks. You have to make Chris Middleton beat you. You have to make Dante DiVincenzo. You have to make Drew Holiday. Because 9 out of 10 times, they probably can't. Zach, you said it best. Giannis can have 40 points and still lose. He had 31 and 15 and 10 and almost lost. They only won by 11 points, Zach, to the Washington Wizards. Just got to neutralize Giannis and let someone else beat you.
Yeah, I expect Ben Simmons to be on Giannis most of the night, possibly get him frustrated, force him to take some tough, low percentage shots. But again, Drew Holiday, Dante DiVincenzo, a couple other guys on that team that could light it up. What random player will light it up tonight? That's a question I see a lot on one of the Sixers pages I follow because it seems like every night a random player is doing that. But let's talk about the offensive side of the ball. I expect close to 30 points for Ben Simmons. He needs to have one of those nights if they're going to win. It's just plain and simple. I expect Danny Green to be as he is hot and cold during the game. Seth Curry had a good night last night, so I can't expect him to back that up tonight. I could be wrong, and I'm rooting for him. I hope he does. Tobias Harris, again, he might be a little bit fatigued. It's kind of tough coming off a back-to-back playing one of the other best teams in your conference. I think that's an unfortunate part of the schedule, but hey, it's part of this. Again, the Sixers not at full strength tonight. Just got to go out there and do whatever you can. I'm not expecting a win. I'm really not, but I expect them to keep it close to the fourth quarter. If they can't pull off the win, that'd be great. I do think that the Nets end up losing tonight because there is no Kyrie Irving. They go up against the Pacers, which are at as full strength as they could be. If the Sixers win tonight, the Nets lose. The Sixers are 2 games up, so a win tonight could be pretty pivotal as the Nets are right on their tail.
It's like you just have to keep winning. You have to keep winning. Hope Brooklyn takes the loss at some point. It's like that's not going to be an easy win. Zach, you talk about Tobias Harris might be fatigued. He might be fatigued, but guess what? If he's an all-star, fatigue will matter, but it shouldn't matter that much. Zach, I don't want to say 30 points, but I expect a great show from Tobias Harris. I expect 25-plus points. Zach, I expect Ben Simmons to be in the 20. I expect Seth Curry to do something great. You're going to have to score versus this Milwaukee Bucks team because, Zach, we know how Giannis is in the paint. But another thing, too, Zach, and I want to point this out. If the Sixers defense late in the New York Knicks game, and regarding the fact that it's the New York Knicks, they locked up when needed to. They got
14 fourth quarter points for the Knicks.
They locked up when needed to. They had clutch stops when needed. Zach, if this Sixers defense from last night shows up again, it could be all right. Zach, remember, they did blow up Boston Milwaukee the year before on, what was that, Christmas Day? They blew them out.
Yep. They were firing from all cylinders on 3 specifically.
And they didn't have that many three-point shooters last year. Ladies and gentlemen, the recipe is neutralize Giannis and get hot offensively.
That's going to be the question. X factor for tonight, Gavin. Start with the Sixers. Who's your X factor if the Sixers win, and then you can go to the Bucks X factor for them to win.
My Sixers X factor tonight is going to stay the same. It's got to be Ben Simmons. Zach, Tobias Harris can't be the only guy drawing attention, and Steph Curry can't be hitting threes. You have to put the ball in the hoop. Zach, if Giannis is guarding you, which 9 out of 10 times he maybe will and maybe won't, take him. Make him get in foul trouble. We know how soft this game is, Zach. It's quick. You get 2 quick fouls easily. Ben Simmons has to be aggressive tonight. And, Zach, my X factor for the Milwaukee is Drew Holiday. It's a homecoming. Zach, it's been a while. Not a lot of people remember Drew Holiday on the Sixers, but he was an all-star back when he was there. Zach, Drew Holiday is going to be the X factor in his homecoming. I think Drew Holiday gives us 30.
For the Sixers, I'll agree with you. I think Ben Simmons is going to be the key tonight. He needs to be able to go out there. He needs to be able to score. But he also has to do is part of slowing down, not necessarily stopping, but slowing down Giannis will be the big aspect. And similar philosophy as far as homecoming, different player, Dante DiVincenzo. He's my guy tonight to see as a potential X factor for the Milwaukee Bucks.
Dante DiVincenzo has a lot of close ties. Born and raised in Wilmington, went to Villanova, won the national championship. We saw what he did to Michigan. Zach, that was just a destruction. And I got to watch him up close and personal too when he was playing versus once that was Butler. So we know what Dante DiVincenzo brings to the table, but Zach, I'm not worried about him. It's Drew Holiday I'm worried about.
You know, Drew Holiday also a good defensive player as well. Over-under for tonight, 234.5. Are we taking the over or the under? Stay tuned to find out.
Would you like to know how you can support the More Than Philly Sports Talk Show? If so, head down to the comments on our YouTube channel. You will see 2 links there. The first is our Teespring, where you can see a wide variety of apparel products, including our signature product, the More Than Philly Sports Talk Show sweatshirts, offered in a variety of different colors, including gray, navy blue, and more. Finally, we have our Patreon page, where you can become a monthly donation member. 10% of all donations go towards an organization of our viewers' choice. We hope that you enjoyed today's episode, and if you can't donate, that's okay, because you can always share this.
And welcome back here on the More Than Philly Sports Network as we continue with Sixers pregame live. For those who are just tuning in, we were just discussing potential X factors for tonight. Both of us agree. Ben Simmons, of course, a big factor. Gavin choosing the homecoming of Drew Holiday. I'm choosing the homecoming of Dante DiVincenzo. But Gavin, let's continue with it for all of our friends out there that are participating in sports betting, assuming you are of legal age, of course. Over under for tonight, 234.5. I can't do math too fast, but that is about 117, 118 points, if I'm not mistaken, per team. Last night, pretty slow for the Sixers, 99 points. However, the Bucks last game, 133. If we're looking at 120 to 125, 120 to 115, you would hit the over, but it's a hard one for me to judge. If the pace of the game is going to be slow, I have to go with the under in this one. I think that it will be a more defensive effort game. Both teams coming off of high-paced win for the Bucks on Monday, and the Sixers, of course, coming off a win last night at home against New York less than 24 hours ago. I'm going to go with the under tonight.
Well, Zach, I'm going to have to agree with you. I'm going to go with the under, but I'm going to go with a little bit of the under. I think it's going to be a 105 to 100 game. Zach, it's going to be defense. It's going to be a boring game. It's going to be in the post with the Bucks, and if Steph Curry is hitting his threes, and it might get you over, but Zach, I'm going with the under tonight.
All right, look, we'll see what happens. Again, I'm thinking more 113, 108 Milwaukee, and that kind of kicks us into our predictions for the game. 6 wins in a row is fun. At some point, you got to slow down again. They beat the Utah Jazz, but it was with Joel Embiid. You got the MVP out of the lineup. It makes a big difference for this team. I hate to say it, but I do think the Bucks will have the Sixers bested tonight, and they will be able to win. It'll be a close game. It will be competitive, but 113 to 108, as I'm going to go with the Milwaukee Bucks in Philadelphia.
Zach, I disagree with you. Listen, championship teams are built without having their stars. You have to see what you're working with. Daryl Morey is paying close attention these past couple of games to see who he has working. Zach, I like what I've seen so far. Do I think Milwaukee has a slighter edge? Of course, they got everybody there. They got Giannis. They got the whole crew. But remember, as his comment said, Tobias is balling right now. Zach, I'm not going to ignore what Tobias Harris and Ben Simmons and how Doc Rivers is coaching this team. And plus, it is home court. We got fans back. We were saying, refs, you sucked the first night. Zach, I'm rolling with the Sixers. I'm going to go with the score I just said. I'm going 100 to 105 Philly.
I hope you're right. I really do. That would put the Sixers at 7 wins. Let's also talk about around the NBA tonight, some other notable games. Of course, the Brooklyn Nets without Kyrie Irving, and it's just James Harden and I guess whoever else is on that team against the Indiana Pacers in Indiana. Gavin, who are you rolling with tonight in that one?
Zach, I'm going to roll with the Brooklyn Nets. Listen, James Harden is fantastic. Enough said. Miles Turner they're shopping him around. I don't know how much production you're going to get. I'm not a big fan of Domantas Sabonis. And Karis LeVert is back, ladies and gentlemen. That was a
revenge game against Brooklyn. You sure that's not going to be enough?
It could be, but Zach, James Harden's an all-star, a superstar to be exact. He could put a team on the back and win. And plus, Steve Nash and Mike D'Antoni are going to cook something up for them to get this win tonight.
Tonight's going to show how much of a good teammate James Harden is. It's also going to show how good of a coach Steve Nash is because you don't have 2 of your superstars. You have 1 star and a lot of players who really aren't that talented. I hate to be honest, but you have Joe Harris, James Harden, DeAndre Jordan. Is Blake Griffin playing tonight? I don't know. I don't know what his deal is.
I think his knee's still hurting him, Zach. I don't know why you traded for bought Blake Griffin if he's going to be hurt. But, Zach, real quick, they go to the West Coast. They go versus, what was that, the Phoenix Suns? There was no Kyrie, correct? James Harden dropped, 40, 50 in that one?
Did what they needed to. They came back. They were down.
30 plus on that one. He could do it again.
I will see. James Harden scored a lot of points in games they've lost as well. That's the Houston motto that they had, unfortunately. Just going down the list, a couple other notables. Warriors, Rockets. The Rockets have lost 17 straight. There's no reason the Warriors shouldn't win tonight. They always have Houston's number. And then the final game tonight on ESPN, the Clippers and the Mavericks again. Who are you taking in this one, Gavin?
Ooh.
Clippers are cold right now, I'd say, and the Mavericks are as hot as can be.
Zach, I'm going to go with Luka Doncic. Listen, the Clippers are cool, as you said. Paul George extremely cooled off. I haven't watched too much of Kawhi Leonard. I don't know if he's playing at the moment in time. Tyler Lue has to figure it out. Zach, this Mavericks team is in their stride. I don't know what the update on Porzingis is, but it doesn't matter. If you got Luka Doncic playing, you're going to get a win.
Without a doubt. With that being said, Gavin, a final news: Carson Wentz officially in Indianapolis Colt today, wearing number 2. 1+1, I guess. I thought he was going to go with number 1. Go with number 2. Interesting take there. The trade is official. Gavin, give me your final grade. Of course, we won't know the full grade until the draft picks are executed. But what's your grade today on that whole situation?
I'm going to give it a B because, Zach, I mean, you lose a great quarterback. Zach, he's a great person, great quarterback, great player. But you didn't get, what we felt was right was at least 1 first-round pick for him. You didn't get that. And also, too, the main problem is, Zach, and correct me if I'm wrong, the main problem is still here. He's still here. How many times I have to say, Zach, I need to get me a poster, all right? I need to take down this Carmelo Anthony poster, and I need to get one that says, fire Howie Roseman. Zach, excuse me. Did I say Howie? I'm going to say Howard. Zach, check the Instagram. They say, fire Howie. That's what they always say. And I'm going to say it, too. Zach, this trade means actually, I mean, it does mean something because now you put you put the ball in Jalen Hurts' hands. But the main problem is still in Philadelphia, ladies and gentlemen. I rest my case.
I don't know. I think that this is quite the story. He didn't want to be here anymore. So for that, I would give it a D. But considering he didn't want to be here anymore and you got something which could become a first-round pick, I'll give you a C plus B. With that being said, Adrian Wojnarowski tweeting out some breaking news. We will break it live after this. If you thought you were going to see DJ Augustine tonight, you will not be because he has been traded. The Milwaukee Bucks acquiring PJ Tucker as well as a 2022 first-round pick back to Milwaukee in exchange for DJ Augustine, DJ Wilson, and a 2023 unprotected first-round pick. That's a bummer for us because PJ Tucker was a name being floated out there for the Sixers, battling some injuries right now. But as we're just moments away from the Sixers and the Bucks competing tonight, that's some breaking news from Adrian Wojnarowski. Gavin, some first thoughts on this before we wrap up today's show and, of course, break it down tomorrow.
Well, Zach, the DJ Augustine, you put the jersey on, you're about to run out there, and oh, wait, never mind. I guess I'm going home. I mean, I don't know.
Right now at Wells Fargo Center, happening right now.
Right now, you're going home. Listen, PJ Tucker, that would have been nice to have, especially coming off the bench for us in Philadelphia. Great center. He played a lot of the 5 last year because of the Houston small lineup. But he's not all of that, Zach. Let's be honest. He's really not all of that, Zach. They can have him. I don't think he'll really. Like, remember, he's not consistent. He's more of a post player. I don't know if that's going to work.
Look, we'll see. Eric Gordon is still on the board, of course. We'll see, of course, with his injuries, that situation. Again, that's some breaking news. PJ Tucker going to the Milwaukee Bucks, most notable player in the trade going the other way, of course, some first-round picks, is DJ Augustine. With that being said, everybody, thank you so much for watching us on Sixers Pregame Live. We appreciate it. And Sixers kicking it off right now in Philadelphia. We'll hand it off to our good friends over at ESPN, Mike Breen and Doris Burke on the call tonight. Live from Philadelphia 76ers and Milwaukee Bucks. Enjoy the game, everybody.
Have a good one, everybody. Go Sixers.
If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't. In addition, hit that bell icon and set it to all to get reminded of when we go live and when we post excerpts of our videos. Again, thanks for watching.